let's rip through some Week 11 picks.
All right.
And we had Thursday night last night, Titans taking care of business against the Packers. But we will go to Panthers at Ravens. Baker Mayfield can be back under center for the Panthers after he got binged in favor of PJ Walker. We'll see what he can do for the remainder of the season. Ike, in my opinion, Baker is playing for his NFL future at this standpoint because it has not gone well for his stint with the Panthers this year after he got traded from the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Panthers are trying to keep him under that 70% threshold because then they can send Cleveland back a 5th-round pick instead of a 4th-round pick. But I'm curious to see what Baker does. Ravens are a 12-point favorite at home in this one. I don't know that they'll cover, Ike, but this is what I would do. Take the Ravens at home, throw that on the money line, and throw it in a parlay. That's what I would do in this one.
Yeah, if y'all are just thinking about betting, make sure y'all go to betonline.ag. The 12-point spread for the Ravens, that's a hefty spread. But Lamar just playing out of his mind this year. You know what I'm saying? And Baker Mayfield is playing to be a starter for the rest of his career in the NFL. If not, he's just going to be a backup. That's just how they're going to start looking at him. So Baker is playing for his career for this year. You know, so it is just tough to see him because I like Baker coming out of Oklahoma. He was in a great situation, man. To have 2 running backs, have a receivers, a few tight ends, and a lot of first rounders sitting on defense in Cleveland. Like, golly, man, it came down to that, you know. And the grass was real green sitting in Cleveland. If you're a quarterback, and Deshaun Watson is about to come back too in a couple of weeks. But if you're a quarterback and you have all them pieces, what I just said around you, boy, I tell you, boy, you in heaven as a quarterback. Because I might ask you to win 1 or 2 games with this running game and with the defense that we have. I'm talking as I'm in Cleveland. It's tough. Now you go to the Carolina Panthers and you got to win every game, which you was never asked to do in the NFL to win every game. You know, you don't have the Kareem Hunt, the Nick Chubbs, the Njokus, the Jones people. You don't Amari Coopers. You don't have that no more. You ain't got none of that no more. You know, top 3 offensive line. You ain't got that no more. You know, you can sit back and do play action pass all day, or order some food while you're sitting back in the pocket because that old line. That's just what it was. So Baker realized, like, dang, man, I really did have it good in Cleveland. But Lamar and company, man, they just doing Lamar, man. He just playing out his mind. So honestly, with that spread, I go to bet online. I take that spread. I know you said parlay, but I take that spread because we're forgetting about their defense as well too. So their defense playing lights out. They taking away, getting turnovers. But Lamar in that running game, and Lamar has become he's starting to wake up as a passer as well. So when you got all that involved, man, I take that 12-point spread.
Hey, I got to go back to something you said. You said get some food while you sit in the pocket. I'm assuming you're going with your mom's gumbo while you're sitting in the pocket. Where, what are you eating while you've got all that time when you've got that time in the pocket? Because the Browns' offensive line is pretty stout. We'll get Ike back here in just a second. We can move on. Eagles and Colts, and the Colts at home. Eagles a 6.5-point favorite, and the Eagles coming off that loss to the Commanders. Ike, this is my biggest matchup this week because Jeff Saturday, interim head coach, his second game as the interim. I'm telling you right now, if the Colts find a way to win this game, and I don't expect that to happen because I think the Eagles are going to come out with their hair on fire.
Right.
Eagles just signed Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
Solidify that defensive line. But if the Colts find a way to win this game, what are we going to be talking about the following Monday, next Monday? Because everyone thinks that Jeff Saturday is just inept, which is just, we've talked about it now the last 2 shows, like, it's just not true. I would love to see the Colts find a way to win this one, just so we turn that whole conversation on its face about Jeff Saturday.
I mean, they're going to try to do the same thing the Washington Commanders did. Run that thing down their throat. Slow the clock down. Gave the Philadelphia Eagles a few opportunities to score. That's exactly what a former offensive lineman as a head coach. What the heck? When he saw the Washington Commanders do what they did, he was like, oh, y'all beat me to the punch. because this was my game plan when I was gonna play y'all. This is exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
So we're gonna play good defense. We're gonna control the clock. We're gonna have some manageable third downs. They just gotta go. They gotta go 12 or 14 on third down, like the Washington Commanders did. It's hard to do that. The Washington Commanders went 12 or 14 on third down. On third down. That's a whole lot of everything got to go right, going right that day. You feel what I'm
Hey, the Taylor Heineke led Washington Commanders
saying?
too, Ike.
Yeah. So, hey, listen here. They're gonna hand the ball off a lot, and you might see old prehistoric Matt Ryan run the ball a few times too, scramble and run too. So, but yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles, man, they want to win a Super Bowl right now.
Prehistoric, you act like Matt Ryan's from a different eon, Ike.
I mean, to the young kids, to the young boys, yeah, he definitely is. You know, he's a dinosaur out there. Heck, what you talking about, Mark? So, but yeah, the Eagles trying to win a Super Bowl this year, baby. You see the moves they
Yep.
make. Yeah, they not playing a round. They all in. They
Like,
all.
I look at that D line. I don't mean to interrupt you, but it just
Uh,
excites me because you bring in Ndamukong Suh. You see what he did for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last
right,
season. Still a productive player, even at his advanced age. He's
right.
35. Maybe you get Jordan Davis back in the coming weeks. He's on IR right now with an ankle sprain. Marlon Tupolodu, apologize if I mispronounce his name, joined
Right.
him on IR on Wednesday.
Right.
But this is a D line where you still have Fletcher Cox. Remember, they brought in Robert Quinn from the Bears too.
Right.
And I'm
Right.
just looking at it, and I know the game's not played on paper, but if I'm an opposing offense against the Eagles, good luck.
Yeah, whew. I don't know, man. That the Washington Commanders to go in that hostile environment in the city of brotherly love. Ain't nothing brotherly about that city when you playing football up there. Don't nobody like. To do what they did, they made plays in the back end as well. Like they forced turnovers, and they was throwing the ball down the field. They got a few calls. They made a few plays. They hit a few deep shots. So they didn't walk in scared. And I think head coach Jeff Saturday, he's not walking in scared. I think the Washington Commanders and River Ryan, they beat him to the punch because they played a week before they did. This is exactly what he was going to do regardless. So we shall see. I saw him beef up. I don't know if these free agent guys are going to play this week.
Yeah.
We shall see. But that's exactly what teams going to start to do. I just know Jeff Saturday, man. He will come in with that same mindset.
Yeah, Linval Joseph also signing with the Eagles. Like,
Okay.
they beef up the interior in addition
Right.
to Ndamukong Suh. I'm going to take the Eagles on the road to cover the 6.5. I think they're just going to come out with their hair on fire following the loss to the Commanders. And I think that they regroup here in Week 11. I'll take the Eagles on the road to cover the spread.
Gotcha.
All right, let's move on to Rams at Saints. Matthew Stafford expected to clear concussion protocol. And John Wolford, who filled in for Stafford, he got injured and he got banged up. He didn't practice on Wednesday, sore neck from playing against the Cardinals. And you're probably wondering, why are we talking about this game? And the reason, Kyren Williams, the rookie running back for the Rams, made his NFL debut against the Bills a few weeks back.
Right.
And this will be his second game. He only played 16 of the team's 68 snaps, but I thought he was a productive player. This was a guy coming out of college we liked at the top of the running back class, and the Rams have struggled to run the ball all season long. You get Kyren Williams, the rookie out of Notre Dame, going. I'm telling you right now, could help solve some of the Rams' problems offensively. I know there's no Cooper Kupp. Kyren Williams is a name. I'm telling you right now, like, with Cooper Kupp out, no one's talking about it, but it was a guy we liked coming out of Notre Dame in advance of the season when we were doing our draft preparations.
Yeah, I like Williams, but who the Rams play? They play
the Saints. The Saints. And they're sticking with Andy Dalton at quarterback. I know that there were some rumors that they might go Jameis or someone else, but I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints. The reason why I'm taking the Saints is because Alvin Kamara won't have two back-to-back bad games. Chris Olave will prove why he's a high draft pick for the 2022 draft. And the defense will be back to where they need to be. So, yeah, and right now the LA Rams they're not looking like the Rams, and you're losing Cooper Cup. Matthew Stafford was out last week with the injury as well. They just don't look the same. They don't look in sync. Uh, that Super Bowl hangover is for real. Unless you're a Tom Brady, that Super Bowl hangover is really real. And to miss a guy like Cooper Cup, I don't know what his percentage. It got to be. It got to be over 50. Like he's over 50% of your offense. You know what I'm saying when it comes down to receiving. So it's going to be tough. So from that point, um, I don't see Alvin Kamara getting shut down for 2 weeks in a row. I see Chris Olave doing his thing in the Saints defense, bouncing back from what Pittsburgh did a week ago. So I'm taking the Saints.
Like, why is the Super Bowl hangover real? Because you experienced it twice in your career. In your two Super Bowl titles, your Steelers team did not make the playoffs the following season. Why is that?
It's just it's. I mean, your off season is different. You know, you pretty much well, my off season was different, but I never stopped working. So you pretty much everywhere in the off season, Mark. You know what I'm saying? You autograph signings, hosting parties, just sponsorships. You everywhere. Like people just want to be a part of a champion, and that's the pinnacle of your career. Whether it's going to the Hall of Fame after, getting into the playoffs, but when you win a Super Bowl, man, that changes your life. You know, because it's hard doing it, and that off season is different. The off season is very. You're making a lot of money in the off season, and you doing that meaning you have to travel in the off season, because the opportunity ain't gonna come. You know, you don't even know if it's gonna ever come again. So when you do that, you just moving, and you kind of get in your head like, oh yeah, we can do it again, because you get in situations throughout the week. I mean, throughout the game, be like, oh yeah, we came back last year. We'll do this again this year, and it's not like that, Mark. So that's just us being humans. As much as you don't want to do it, you know, you kind of get laxed, and this is what happened. That's why Tom Brady was so hard on his guys in Tampa when they won a Super Bowl. He said it. You know, the offseason, man, y'all taking this for granted. I'm 45. I've been doing this for a while. I got 7 Super Bowls. I've been to 10. Like I seen this story too many times. I don't. Hey, I want to get you. I want to get y'all two. It'll be 8 for me. Let me get y'all two. We got us one. Let's get two. But the offseason, the mother, man, when you win Super Bowls, the offseason, man, it goes so fast. Everybody just want to be a part of. They want to be a part of a champion. They really do. So you don't take it for granted. I don't want to miss this opportunity. You know, I don't want to miss these autograph signings. I don't want to miss these sponsorships. You know, I don't know when this door ever. I don't know how long this door gonna be open, and it takes away from, you know, what you did to get there. You know, the hard work, the dedication. I mean, the hard work will always be there, but it just takes a lot of your time, man. It really does. It's a gift and a curse. Like winning Super Bowl is a gift and a curse. You know, it's a blessing throughout the off season, but it's hurting you throughout the off season. You make a lot of extra money throughout the off season. You setting up relationships throughout the off season, but you're taking away the football aspect as well. And then by the time the off season comes around, the football season comes, you like, dang, this fast. Like, I got to get in shape. Which I never had that problem, but I'm just hearing it from a lot of other guys. Like, dang, I got to get in shape. Then when you get back into the season, the situations that happened the year before that y'all overcame, you think you can do it again. Like, oh yeah, we was down 14 before. We're gonna come back. It ain't like that. Cause now you gotta understand, everybody is gunning for you. When you at the top of the mountain, you know them other lions. They need to eat too. They trying to feed their family too. So when it's like that, man, you just feel like what you did the year before is just going abracadabra. It's gonna happen again. It's not. It's not everybody who's playing you after you won a Super Bowl. That's their Super Bowl, but you know we're humans and we lack, and that's what happens. So, but yeah, that's why that Super Bowl hangover is real, bro. And that's what you said with, you know, the LA Rams. Just look at the commercials, man. I'm seeing Coach Sean McVay in so many more commercials, and that's after the Super Bowl. Like
Hmm.
when you win Super Bowls, you just see, the headline guys get headline money in the offseason.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford too, Ike, and that was something at least nationally I hadn't really seen before they won the Super Bowl. No knock on Matthew Stafford, and look, there's a reason why it's been since the
Less.
03-04 Patriots that have won back-to-back Super Bowls. We're talking almost 2 decades now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. It's like I've been there before. I've been there. I've been there. I've
All
been.
right, Ike. Sorry,
I've
go
been.
ahead.
Nah. When we played the Packers,
Mhm.
we was coming back. We was the comeback kids that year. You couldn't tell me we was gonna lose. Like, man, we about to come back, and we lost. And I still to this day ain't get over it. So it just that's what it is. Like, we was just so accustomed of coming back and winning. Then we had that fumble. It just like took the life out of us. It really didn't hit me till they roped me off. Me and Troy, they roped us off, told us to get off the field. And you just see other families come down and the confetti dropping on their head. You like, you just you just get the boo hooing. You just get the crying like, golly, like this is for real. Like, you don't even want to wake up. You're like, man, please tell me I'm dreaming.
Did you at least have some comfort, though, Ike, knowing that Troy was there? Because he was your teammate for all 12 years, to where you at least got to experience that together.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we cried like babies on the bus, bro. Mark, we cried like some babies on the bus. Cause it's we don't have the opportunity of having series, like the best out of five, the best out of seven. And I tell people all the time, like when you go to a Super Bowl, like after the Super Bowl, it's mentally draining. It's so draining. Like you need a good month or two just to get your mind back. It's mentally draining. It taxes your brain heavy, heavy. You got 60 plays to change your whole life, basically. You know, and you want to be the one. You want to be the one to say I'm a Super Bowl champion. And when you lose, thank God he gave me two. But when you lose, man, that thing like it's just mentally draining. It's just mentally draining. It's so draining, bro, because you don't want to be that guy who messed up the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, it's the highest rating sports activity in the world. That one day, bro. That one day. That's the reason why halftime be 34, 35, 40 minutes. That's why artists, they say you ain't do nothing until you hit the Super Bowl. Missy Elliott hit the Super Bowl and her stock went up 1,000%. Like everybody in the world watching the Super Bowl. When you make the Super Bowl, you know you made it in life. Like you about to get paid for the rest of your life. So that's how big and important. Just look at the commercials. People paying, Cheetos. They're paying $5-6 million for a 30 second slide. 30 seconds. Just think about it. So, and us as players, we like, man. I remember when they kicked the ball. I wasn't paying attention, but I remember when they kicked the ball off because I was on kickoff when we played the Packers in Dallas, and it was for the kickoff. As soon as when they kicked, I heard the cameras. I said, while I'm running, I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. So,
I want to
yeah.
ask you one more question about this, Ike, because it's very insightful. Do you think that you might have learned more, a bigger life lesson in your Super Bowl defeat than your 2 previous Super Bowl victories?
Oh yeah, can we call? Oh yeah, 100%. You want come say hey, Lex?
Are you guys done?
No, we're not done. Come say hey.
We got a cameo appearance. Lex, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Hey,
Very first time on the Bleav in Steelers show. I love this.
I know, right?
right. But nah, yeah, that loss. I learned a lot from that loss, Mark. Yeah, that loss. I'm still trying to get it back. Like that's why I'm so heavily involved with these kids and my son and my nephews because I want them to experience that because it still hurts to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like that loss right now. So even with my kids win, bro, I put money aside. I get them rings. Like every time I win, I have got my kids 35, 40 kids. I have got them rings. Real live rings. Like my financial advisor Matt, like, bro, you tripping. I'm like, man, these kids, I don't know if these kids gonna ever experience this ever again in their life. I don't know if they ever gonna make it to that level, college or high school. So I want these kids to experience. So I bought them all rings twice. I did it twice. After that, I got them the pendants, the chains, because the rings was getting expensive. But
That speaks volumes about you, though, that you want to share that with others.
correct. No, I really do. But that loss, you hit it on the head, Mark. That loss is still it's. We talk about that loss more than the two rings that I won. As a group, like in our group text, that's all we talk about is the loss. That's all we
Ike, one thing I want to mention too for our listeners and viewers, when I met your family, Ike, the biggest thing that I took away from every single family member I met is the amount of sacrifice that you had to make to play at as high a level as you did for as long as you did. And that's something you should be really proud of, Ike, because every single family member I talked to, that came up in our conversation when they were telling me about you and your life and your career.
Man, God has blessed me to like I wouldn't be here. Me and you wouldn't be talking.
Yep.
If I wasn't a 2-time Super Bowl champion, and I really do believe that we wouldn't be talking. But the fact that that's on my resume, and you have a long history of TV and radio and podcasts, is like it just came together. So as soon as me and you got to work, it just clicked like that. Like other Bleav networks, not networks, but podcasts. I don't know if they have, the brotherhood like we do. Like I met your mom and dad, you came to the family. Like it just hit different. But that's all I know. So if I'm working with you, I want to be a part of you. I want you to be family. So that's exactly.
Yeah. I kind of approach it from, if I were just starting out in the industry, gosh, I go back and I'll listen to old recordings. I was terrible. And that's not to say I'm perfect. No, I'm trying to get better. But when I first started, lousy.
Mark, I was bad. I was bad because I felt like I had to be somebody else. And when I said F it, and it only took me 2 weeks. When I said, man, they just gonna have to like me, it took off. Cause they were trying to get me to go to a speech pathologist, and I'm so glad one of my producers, he was like, no, that won't be Ike. He said, just let Ike be Ike. And I'm telling y'all, everything gonna work out. So he went to bat for me. And, little do you know, like, slowly but surely, every day, every week, our stock just got to rising on the show. So, and I'm so thankful. He didn't want to change nothing. He was like, nah, just be you. He was like, Ike, they trying. We still talk to this day. He was like, Ike, man, they trying to get me to change. He was like, but I see something different. And I'm so glad he had my back. So this is us, Mark. Like, smart
producer, very smart producer, Ike.
Yeah, I appreciate it. This is what we do. We have fun on the show though, Mark. Like this is authentic. This is what we're doing.
We need to finish up, Ike. 3 more picks. We'll go really quickly. Browns and Bills. They're moving this game. I was looking forward to the thunder snow in Buffalo. They're going to go to Detroit.
Right.
And if the Bills lose, then I think they're in trouble because the Bills have lost 2 games in a row. However, the Bills are still the favorite to win the Super Bowl. And I think that they get right against a struggling Browns team. Give me the Bills. I don't know, at the neutral site territory in Detroit, but I'm going to take the Bills against the Browns.
I'm going with the Browns.
Wow.
Because you around this time, you starting to see you got to have a running game. You have to have a running game. And just look at the teams. Look what teams are doing. And you can pass all you want to. And I'm on fantasy. You can pass all you want to. But around this time, November, December, football, Thanksgiving, once the Thanksgiving holidays come, you have to have a running game. And I've been saying this for the Buffalo Bills for the longest.
Yep.
The running back can't be your quarterback. You're putting him in harm's way. Get you a big bruiser. I've been asking the Buffalo Bills to get him a big bruiser for the past 2 years. Get you a big bruiser. But now you put your big bruiser is your franchise guy, which is your quarterback. That's a no-no. That's a no-no. And now you got teams, you got Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt coming in town. Man, they about to hand the ball. They about to hand the ball off. They about to hand the ball off, man. They about to hand the ball off because once Deshaun Watson come back, they gonna get the slanging. So you know what? They're gonna get this running game started. They're gonna get everything they can get, and it's a wrap. So I'm going with the Cleveland Browns, bro. I love Josh Allen. Um, I love the Buffalo Bills, but man, I'm rocking with the AFC North this week, baby. I'm going with the Cleveland Browns.
Spread is 7.5 points. Bills are favored. We'll see, Ike. And I'm with you there. Bills, get Devin Singletary. You brought in Naheem Hines during the deadline, James Cook. One or two of those guys, we need them now because November, December, January. Ike, you tell me all the time the cold weather.
But they need a bruiser. They need a six. They need Latavius Murphy, a Najee, a Derek. They just the AJ Dillon. They need a bruiser, bro. It ain't number 3 or 4 yards, and that's cool. But after Josh Allen keeps slinging that ball and passing and throwing darts and touchdowns, and I keep handing the ball off, man, I could just. You saw what the Washington Commanders did, man. They held the ball. Look at the time of possession from here on out. After Thanksgiving, Mark, all.
Uh-oh. Looks like we lost Ike.
The football games is time of possession.
We got him back. Okay, Ike, 2 more games. Sunday Night Football, Chiefs-Chargers. Chiefs, a 7-point favorite on the road.
Right.
But the Chargers, we know this, Ike. I think there's going to be some Chiefs fans that travel out to L.A. I noticed this with the Chargers games when it's like, oh, we can go to La La Land and we can go visit, and it's a nice place. I'm going to take the Chiefs on the road against the Chargers. Mahomes, I think, gets right. I don't think Juju's going to play in this one, come off the concussion injury, but I like the way that the Chiefs utilized Kadarius Toney. I really like the way that they utilized Kadarius Toney in this one. So give me the just a second. Give me the Chiefs on the road on Sunday night. And we're going to work to see if we can get Ike back right now. He's got a black screen. One more pick, Monday Night Football. And Monday night, 49ers at Cardinals. 49ers are an 8-point favorite. It's unclear if Kyler Murray is going to play. I will take the Cardinals. And we'll get Ike back here now. Oh. There we go. We got you back.
Yeah.
I picked the Chiefs against the Chargers on Sunday night, Ike. Right. And then the Monday night matchup, 49ers at the Cardinals. It's unclear if Kyler Murray is going to be back. I like this 49ers team, and goes back to what we're talking about with running the football. The physicality, though, that the 49ers play with. Defensively, they're outstanding.
Right.
But CMC in the backfield, Debo, Kittle, Juszczyk, those 4 alone on offense. Scary.
Yeah, so I'm definitely taking the Chiefs. I'm rocking with Patrick.
Yep.
I mean, he just – man, and we thought he was going to have trouble when Cheetah left. Psych, he is distributing that thing just like a point guard, just like a Michael being a Magic Johnson. Everybody getting some love, and that's what you got to love about Patrick Mahomes. He's showing everybody some love on slinging them the ball. So I'm definitely going with the Chiefs. The Chiefs just got somebody special, and his name is Patrick Mahomes. And it's hard to have a guy that the offense and the defensive side rally around. So Patrick Mahomes is just all the way different. You know, they play for him, and they love to play with him. They love watching him play. As a defensive guy, I like watching Patrick Mahomes play. So I can only imagine being a teammate on defense watching him play. Like, how in the world he just do that? Like, how did he do that? He give you one of them once a week. For the San Francisco 49ers, you know, they just got that old school tough. We just gonna go outside and fight. That's what the 49ers have. And it's crazy to say this on the offense and defensive side. You know, you got Debo Samuels. All he want to do is just bring you outside and just fight you. Offensive lineman, who's my guy? Who's my offensive
the left tackle, like?
Yeah.
Trent Williams?
Trent, bring you outside, fight you. You go on the defensive side, Greenlaw, Fred Warner, fight you. You know what I'm saying? They just got some guys who just want to drink beers, go outside, and you know what? Let's just knuckle up right quick. So I just love their old school mentality. They just putting up 22 points a game. So that's what I don't get, Mark. You got all this talent on offense, and you just give me a 22 piece. I can't get 24 to 28. That's the only thing I don't understand. You got a hell of a defense. You got a top 5 defense in the league. You got everything. You got CMC. You got Debo. You got Kittles. You got Elijah Mitchell. He just came back. That's why they got rid of Wilson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all like that's all we're doing is the deuce. Come on, man. Don't Will Gaby, man. Ike T me. You feel me? And if y'all ain't catch what I just said, Will Gaby's my former teammate. His number was 22. And of course, you know the one and only Ike number was 24. So come on, San Fran.
Thank you for explaining that, Ike, because I was just going to let it fly, but now everyone knows we're on the same page.
Gotcha.
We're talking your turkey.
Gotcha.